now.
Okay, thank you. So hello everyone, welcome, good morning. Welcome to our webinar on topic circular lifestyles, e-commerce and city centers, and if they are compatible. We hope that they are. Today we will focus on sustainable community initiatives featuring innovative concepts and pilot projects from across all the Europe. And those projects, they are covered under the project frame of Interact project NiCE from niche to the center. So just for the short introduction, my name is Zuzana Špuntova. I work as a circular waste consultant, and today I will be your facilitator. Just to the technical part of this webinar, please, if it is possible, turn off your microphones. Video can be on, it's up to you. Definitely you are allowed to ask questions, so please, if you have any, feel free to say them aloud or use chat, or if you want to stay anonymous, you can use Slido app, which you can find in the chat down below. And at the end of the session, we will have also the open Q&A session, so feel free to raise your hand and ask your questions. A little bit to the GDPR, this seminar is recorded. It will be shared on the YouTube of the NiCE project and also on the website. So by attending this webinar, you are giving us the consent that you can be recorded. Also, one more time, please do not forget this is interactive, so definitely ask your questions, and also we will have just one short poll, so feel free to answer the questions by clicking on the screen and submitting your answers. So to the topic of NiCE, just the introduction, this project is covered by the European Union, by the project Interact. It is focused on the two main challenges. The first one is to transform the city to the really live and circular places, and we are trying to move from the borders of the city more to the city centers. The project is running in the 8 countries of the European Union, and it started back then in the May 2023, and we still have more than 1 year in front of us. And beside the pilot projects which are running in the countries, we are also running the online webinars or online seminars, as you can see right now. So those seminars are really focused on the raising the awareness of the circular lifestyles. So to the topic of today's webinar, we have basically 2 blocks. The first one is focused on the NiCE pilots. We have basically 3 speakers, but one of them is sick, Mr. Matthias, so we will have Ulrike, and then we will be really focused on the digital part. So without any further talking, I feel like we can really move to the presentations. So the first speaker will be young Christian from Germany. So please, the floor is yours. Share your screen, share your presentation, and we are really looking forward to your presentation. We can see your screen. Floor is yours. We have someone with microphone on, so please, Lucka, if you are able to turn off the microphone of the people. Okay, thank you. So young Christian, sorry for the interruption, and the floor is yours now.
Yeah, no problem. So that's a challenge when you're first. But yeah, thank you very much again for the invitation, and also to the audience. Thank you for joining us here. My name is young Christian Polanía Giese, and I work with the Berlin-based think do tank Adelphi, mainly on the topic of sustainable consumption. But since our team is integrated in the circular economy team, so we also look into this overlap between sustainable consumption and yeah, circular lifestyles. Okay, so I will just jump into the topic. So yeah, the title of my presentation is Sustainable Consumption and or e-commerce. So is this possible at the same time? So can you combine this 2 words, or is there a kind of an antagonism within it? But we will look into this, yeah, how we can actually facilitate sustainable consumption with the help of e-commerce, and also a combination of offline and online retail. So yeah, basically I start with with presenting the relevance of e-commerce in our actual consumption behavior. I want to look at the environmental hotspots and implications, environmental hotspots of e-commerce and the implications for the offline retail. And yeah, I also would like to invite you to have a look together on how we can combine online and offline retail to support sustainable and circular lifestyles. So why are we talking about e-commerce in the context of sustainability? So the e-commerce, yeah, has gained really relevant market shares all over the EU. So yeah, I think most of us experienced it. And when you have a look at the figure on the left-hand side, so you can see the shopping behavior on a weekly basis. So 45% of the German consumers, for instance, do online shopping every week. Um, and when you look at other countries, it's yeah, in Czechia, for instance, it's still 30%, which do it like on a weekly basis. So yeah, this is quite a high share. So we are constantly consuming with the help of online platforms. Um, and yeah, there are also opportunities within this. So the access to sustainable products or sustainable services is increased because you have a much more bigger offer that you might have in the um, offline retail, so in the physical stores. And there's also the possibility to reduce CO2 emissions because, yeah, you have um, more efficiency when it comes, or you can have more efficiency when it comes to logistics, and also you don't have the big retail houses which have to be heated and where you have electricity consumptions, but you have like centralized logistics stations. But on the other hand, e-commerce can also drive consumption because you're constantly incentivized or nudged to consume, to follow the latest trends. And yeah, this information kind of can received by you via various channels and various marketing tactics. Um, it also can increase to the packaging waste because yeah, it's less efficient when you just receive your personal package. And in the supermarket, for instance, yeah, like there is more bulkware where bulkware is received, and then you have less packaging waste in the end. But in the last mile, and I will also come to this, you might also increase the CO2 emissions. So you have both, like you have the opportunity to reduce CO2 emissions, but on the other hand, this can also lead to an increased CO2 emissions for the transportation. And it can also have an impact on the local economies and the communities when physical store visits are replaced with online retail. I already mentioned the last mile delivery. So this is one of the hotspots of e-commerce because yeah, getting the goods from the distribution centers to consumers can generate significant CO2 emissions, particularly yeah, when you want to have like a same day delivery or next day delivery, then this can become quite inefficient. Also, we have competing logistics and competing platforms. So yeah, there might also be an opportunity here to kind of combine these services or move away from same day delivery, for instance. And also in connection to offline retail, there's also an opportunity, but I will come to this also later. Yeah, I mentioned the increase of packaging waste, another hotspot of e-commerce. So the packaging and also the filler materials that can lead to increased waste streams. And another thing which is quite closely connected to e-commerce is the returns of products that have been ordered, but that maybe in the case of fashion, they don't fit, or the color is not what you expected, and so on and so forth. So particularly in this sector, you have return rates of around 40% in the different countries in Europe. And this yeah, can lead to kind of discarded products in the end when they are sent back, and they are not refurbished and then kind of recommersed, or resold. And this can, yeah, lead to more higher waste streams also with regards to the to the packaging material. Here, we can have a quick look at how the environmental impact is distributed along the stages in online retail. So not all phases are included here. So it's at the ordering stage, then continuing with the packaging, the emissions connected to the distribution centers, the the transport and logistics, and the last mile. So as you can also see here is that it's not always the same. So we have variations here, but what you can see, what can has a significant impact is, like as I mentioned already, the packaging and the last mile. And besides this environmental impacts, we also see a ripple effect on offline retail. So we have a decline in foot traffic. So customers visit physical stores less frequently. And so many city centers then, yeah, suffer from vacant storefronts, and yeah, this also has kind of emotional negative impacts, of course, on the city and how you kind of identify with the city. And of course, it has also economic impacts. So you have a loss of local jobs, and this yeah, mostly affects like this mid-sized towns, yeah, and also where the retail job might also have might be like a relevant key source for employment. Yeah, and those social implications that you can also see is that the city centers lose kind of their function as a space to meet other people, so to engage with the community, and also this can lead to a loss of local identity. But yeah, as we see from the statistics, well, we see like that e-commerce is not so fast on the rise as it has been a couple of years ago, but it is here to stay. So and also with further introductions of other ways of communicating with consumers, like new introduction of new technologies. This can also change and even increase more. But at the moment, yeah, e-commerce is here. It's stable and slightly still growing. But the offline retail, what we can also see is still persisting. So because they also offer benefits like personalized customer experiences, immediate product availability, and also, yeah, the opportunity for consumers to engage with the products directly is a plus. So there's still potential within this more traditional way of retail. Um, and yeah, so we don't know how consumer preferences will change in the next years, but we see an opportunity in having both. And like what also is done within the Sonar project, for instance, in Germany, where we also see an example is like we can, yeah, capitalize on having both and on combining it, offline and online retail. So we can promote circular economy practices, kind of combining the information which can be perceived online via e-commerce platforms and also with kind of incentivizing repairing products and so on and so forth, while like offline stores can actually provide those services where things can be repaired and supported locally. What we can also benefit from is to use like shared logistics and delivery hubs, and also combining here online and offline retail, so that you order online, but you pick it up yourself, or that shops also offer a space where where online retail, also where the transport of online ordered goods can be facilitated via this. So you can also pick up your order that you have done on an e-commerce platform. And yeah, what we also would like to see, and we also have an example here, like where you can really kind of engage with consumers online and offline to, yeah, live more circular lifestyles and consume more sustainable. So the secret here, or like of the potential, is here to align the efforts across the different channels, be it online and offline. And key for this is like a sustainability integrated customer journey. So provide consumers at the different stages of informing themselves, taking the purchase decisions, up to buying the good, and then using the good, so that you have reliable and relevant information. But this is key for online and for offline purchases. And yeah, you can benefit also here from the different channels. So just to summarize what I've said, so in the city centers, we see a lack of opportunities and offerings for sustainable consumption. Yeah, particularly in the context of shopping, and also looking at the social aspect. So there is lack of low threshold opportunities for spending time and lingering, doing collaborative activities, being active beyond shopping. Um, and what we can do is like, and I think we can have a look here in this meeting today, is like, how can you close this gap with and support circular and sustainable lifestyles and revitalize city centers at the same time. So there is plenty of opportunities I've also presented here. Yeah, bringing these two worlds together and moving forward towards more sustainable and circular lifestyles. So with this, I would like to end here. So thanks a lot for yeah, your attention.
Thank you, Jan, Christian, for all the information and very, very interesting ones, because sometimes we tend to forget that online world has also impact on environment and on us. So thank you a lot. And if any one of you have any questions to Jan, Christian, feel free to share them. And right now we are moving to another speaker, Zdeněk Ondrak from Czechia. He will be talking about the reuse center in the Czechia and community center called Silo. So Zdeněk, floor is yours. Please share your screen, unmute your microphone, and we are really looking forward to your presentation. Yes, we can see it in the presentation mode.
Thank you very much. So my name is Zdeněk Ondrak. I have prepared a quick presentation about our pilot project within the NiCE project. I'm here as a representative of Silo Jihlava, as well as Federation of Reuse Centers and Furniture Banks of the Czech Republic. So just quick information about Silo Jihlava. We are NGO, grassroots cultural community center in Jihlava in the Czech Republic. We also operate a reuse center that is with the cooperation with the municipality of Jihlava. Just to imagine how it looks, it's around 400 meters square, and last year we have turnover of things around 20 tons. And we also do educational, cultural events and workshop. I think last year we did around 70 or 80 events. Altogether, we are a community of around 80 people. Here are some images, so you can imagine how it looks. So this is the building of Silo. This is our reuse center, and this is one of the swap events we organized. Also, quick information about the Federation of Reuse Centers and Furniture Banks of the Czech Republic. So it is an umbrella organization for reuse center and furniture banks in the Czech Republic. It focuses on sharing knowledge, know-how, and also connecting the Czech reuse sector to EU level cooperation. In the Czech Republic, they have around 36 members, and as I said, they focused on advocacy, systemic change of financing the reuse centers. So within the pilot project for NiCE, it really helped us starting thinking about how to get closer to our audience or customers online. So we developed a new website. We started using online sharing app, so people can book or rent things online from us. And we also started developing a tool we name Reuse Recognizer. So it is a software tool. It helped us to generate records of materials or items we have in the reuse center, and all is done based on one photo of the item. So this helps us to replace the paper evidence with digital evidence, and it is quite precise. So it can generate a description, color, weight, material. It can estimate a second-hand price of the project, of the item, using an AI. I will show you the video of how it works a bit later, but maybe more important thing is why is it important for us? So we have to measure the amount of items, the turnover of things, to report it to the municipality. Of course, it is important also on national level, and because the EU member states have to report the reuse volume to European Union. So this helps us to collect the data. Also, it is quite cumbersome, the current evidence keeping system. It's usually done by a paper. You have to categorize the things, or you have to weigh them. So in general, it helps us save time and finances. I have a short video here to show you about, so you can imagine how it works in the reuse center. I hope you will see it. Can you confirm that you can see?
Yes, we can see. I'm just trying this running.
Okay, so the video is in Czech, so I will try to describe. So here you can see the things we have in the reuse center. It's around 250 kilograms per one opening. So this is the people in the reuse center have to sort the things, clean them, tag them, and this is how the evidence looks. So you can see the paper, and every time you have the item, you have to make a mark to categorize the item, and then you have to do the same thing when you sell the items. So as you can see, it's cumbersome. Also, the other thing is that you have to manually rewrite this paper to digital form, so you have all the evidence. And according to our estimates, it can take around 500 hours to record all the items in the reuse center, and the 500 hours is per year. And so this is the introduction of the new system that can recognize the item based on a photo. So you just take the photo, You upload it to Google Drive, which we use now. We use AI to generate a description and all the information about the item. And this is the final Excel, the final result. So this it has a description of the item, color of the item, the type and category, the condition of the item, the weight, the material, so you can say 50% plastic, 50% wood, etc. And it can estimate the price. So this is just the pilot. We aim to broaden it, to create kind of system that can keep the evidence of everything we have in the review center. Of course, then you can use it for showing the items online and other things. So this is just the beginning. I think that's all from me. Maybe if you have any questions, we'll be happy to take them.
Yes, thank you a lot for very innovative point of view on the topic of the reuse centers. So very practical. So I hope that there will be a lot of questions afterwards to you. And right now we should move to another presentation of Matthias Pieper. Unfortunately, he's sick, so we have Ulrike here, who will present his presentation for us. So Ulrike, please, the floor is yours, and tell us more.
Thank you. Yeah, my name is Ulrike Knörzer. I'm a manager at Adelphi, a global environmental consultancy, and I'm also working on the topic of green and circular economy, like Jan Christian, which you have heard before. So yeah, today I represent Matthias Pieper from Zukunftshaus, who's unfortunately ill, but I have been involved in their pilot project from the beginning on and consulted them. So I know the project very well, and I'm happy to present their project today. But what is Zukunftshaus Würzburg? It's a store in the city center of Würzburg in southern Germany. And it's a store where you can buy sustainable products, rent items. You can also have your small electrical devices repaired and also swap things for free. And they say that their recipe for success is to explain really to their customers how their 4 departments work to customers and interested visitors. They are cooperative, so they depend on having many members and constantly recruit members for their cooperative. They focus slightly on the purchasing department because there they generate the majority of their sales. And they have a lot of volunteers working for them, mainly for the swap department and for the repair department. That's a general intro for the Zukunftshaus Würzburg, but their NiCE pilot project was a pickup and delivery service by bicycle courier. So covering, making a model for the last mile delivery, so to say. So their goal and idea was to make a combination of online and offline offers and to generate also more and new users for the rent and repair services. And how did that look like in detail? So they focus on 2 pillars of rented items and repaired devices. And for the rented items, consumers could come to the store, choose their items, for example, drills or food processors, rent them, take them home. And once the rental period ends, a bicycle courier would pick up the item and bring it back to the Zukunftshaus. That's one model. The other model is for repaired devices. So customers would bring their broken items to Zukunftshaus, it gets repaired and then transported back by bicycle to their home. Some learnings and results. So it lasted 4 months, this pilot, and we saw that the prices were too high, actually. So some customers complained that, yeah, it cost like 10 euros for the next district, which is 3 to 5 kilometers away, while the actual prices for the repair or for the rental is less. Also, customers said that they live anyway in the city and bring back their bring or pick up their items themselves. and use also the possibility that to talk to the Zukunftshaus and be in the city center. And then sometimes it was also difficult to reach potential users and draw their attention to those new services. And also the bicycle courier didn't serve very outer areas of Würzburg, which could have been interesting for some customers who don't go to the city center that often. We then slightly adjusted and improved the service with various promotional activities. They offered also vouchers with discounts up to 50%. Here you can see some pictures of some promotional activities on the streets, participating in city festivals. They also did a lot of advertising via Instagram, developed a short promotional video. But in the end, there was only one user in 4 months of the service, so the service was stopped. But they still learned a lot. They tried it out. In the end, it did not work. It was a pilot. So yes, but I think also the communication with the customers was improved. Will work out in the future. But I would also like to show you 2 more components of their German pilot. They also developed a 360-degree tour of the Zukunftshaus, where customers can see already online what does the store look like, what can they find there, what items they can buy, for example, or what items can they rent. And then they're currently developing a guide on how to Zukunftshaus. So if you are interested to also build your Zukunftshaus in your city with the 4 different pillars of buying, renting, swapping, and repairing, the guide will be almost nearly published. So there you can get very specific guidance on how to do a Zukunftshaus. Yes, that's it from my side. Happy to take any questions after. Thank you.
Thank you a lot for the presentation. I love the system which you have developed for the repairing things and also for the rental. So perfect. Thank you a lot. And I feel like now it's time to use some polls to be a little bit more interactive. So please, Lucka, if it is possible, share the polls. So on your screen, there will be questions. Please click on the answer which you feel that is the best for your choice. And then do not forget to click on the submit button down below on the right below corner. So you can choose more. It is a multiple choice question, so you can answer by more answers. It's up to you. I will vote by myself as well. We will wait just a few more seconds. And Lucka, when you will be feeling like we can share the results, we definitely can. Okay. Okay, so very, very interesting answers. So is there anyone from the speakers who would like to reflect on the question, or maybe later on? I will just read the question. So which reuse practice have you applied most recently? Maybe some volunteer who would like to describe the answer. Okay, I will describe it myself. I am definitely repairing things at home if I'm able to repair, so very good to practice. And I feel like if someone is not capable of repairing, at least we can really use some other ways, have to use this material again. So maybe we can move to another question. The second one is, surprise. Okay, so the second question is open. So it's really up to you. If you feel like writing few words to us, it will be amazing. So please tell us, when was the time when did you last visit some reuse center? Maybe there is one in your hometown, maybe there is none. So if there is none, just share with us that you do not have this option. It's also valuable to know that we should definitely focus more on the building those reuse centers and reuse points in much more towns and cities. few more seconds because more time is needed for those longer answers. Lucka, do we have some interesting answers? Okay, so we have like very weird answer because I feel like the poll by Zoom is a little bit closed, so we are not really able to see all the answers. Okay, no worries. We can move on. Sometimes technology is fighting us. We have to deal with it. Okay, so the third question, would you use a delivery service for renting items? Is it possible? Would you like to use it? At what conditions? What would be the most important to you? Low price or some flexible returning conditions? Feel free to really click on the screen, choose your answers, and submit by the blue button. Speakers as well, you can choose, no worries. Okay, so thank you for your answers. We have the larger number to very low price. Okay, economy is still very important, so definitely makes sense. And let's move to another question. So we are still up to the time. We have to be quick. It should be one more question if I'm right. So just try, and if it's not working, no worries, we can move to the speaker. But it is working, so thank you. We have the fourth question, which is if do you prefer buying secondhand goods online or offline? Very tricky question. We will wait for the results. This is very interesting. We can see some competition in between the real centers and online platforms. So, what are the results? Both. Okay, so we can see that definitely the future is here. The world is also turning to the digital side, so definitely we have to cover also the digital world as well in the second-hand field as well. Okay, and we should have one more question, the last one, the fifth one, if I'm right. No, this is it? Okay, thank you, Lucka. Thank you for the polls. Perfect. Thank you for all the answers. If you feel like you would like to add something, definitely use chat or Slido. We are still open to it. And right now, we are moving to the fourth speaker of our webinar, who is Roman Heimbold. So the floor is yours. Please share your screen and also put the presentation to the presentation mode. I will confirm. Okay, we can see. Floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Roman, and I want to show you how local commerce, e-commerce, and circular lifestyle can work hand in hand, using the example of the Online City Wuppertal. And let's start with the everyday questions. It's like, everyone asks themselves questions like, where's my favorite brand? Where can I find the products in close shops? Who has the spare part for my lawnmower, who just broke, and the most important question, who has currently my favorite coffee on special offer? So you ask your questions, and then you go online and maybe you check who can serve your needs. And this is called the ROPO effect. ROPO stands for Research Online, Purchase Offline. And it describes the consumer behavior where people research first online and then they go into the shops and finish their purchases there. So I have one more question for you. This is how many people research online before visiting a store? What would be your guess? It's 81%. They look online first before they walk into a store. And this is very important so that you are visible online even though you're actively offline. So let's take you guys to Wuppertal. It's a city of 360,000 people living there. And this is where the Online City project began in 2014. It was a project to connect local brick and mortar retail with e-commerce and strengthen the city centers. And it had three components. One was a local online marketplace that bundled all the different offers of regional retailers, and so customers can, research online, even order online, and benefit from the online convenience, even though the store was very close to them. Then it has the citywide voucher system, so people can buy a gift card, for example, in one shop and go and give it to another person for a birthday present, for example, and then this person can go to another shop and redeem it. And the third part is the retailer training program to help the shops, the local shops, to build online presence and to be part of the digital world. And this platform had or still has different elements. And one is the directory of retailers. It's like, if you know Yellow Pages, it's like a directory of retailers, restaurants, and the service providers in Wuppertal. And another element was that people, were able to look up the products, not only like opening hours, but the products, the prices, is it in stock, yes or no. So there was a exchange, synchronization of data in almost real time. And then not only the shops where you can buy stuff, but also like the service providers are on this platform where you can see who has which services, and then users can make appointments online. And it also includes the restaurants, and so you can see like the menus and the daily specials, so you can look it up. And another one is like the events, because from our point of view, there are like three reasons for local retailers to still be there. And one is like you can immediately access the products. Second is you can feel the products, and the third one is events and services around the products. And that's what this project wanted to combine in the digital world as well. So it's like events was a very important element. So you can see, where's the next wine tasting, for example. And this is like I think a very smart use case. There are two schools in Wuppertal which give their students not like the standard material list on a paper, and then the parents have to go to the different shops and buy the stuff for the next school year. They just gave them a QR code, or just still give them a QR code. You take a picture of the QR code, and then you come to a special URL where there's a list of all the products you need, of all the school items you need, and it's like a shopping list. You just add it to your shopping cart, and then you can buy it, and the local delivery service takes the stuff from the different shops and brings it home to the parents. So this is a very smart way of combining local convenience, local strength with the online convenience. And there are also content hubs around specific themes and topics where you can take all the different service providers, restaurants, stores, and put them in one hub for different topics. So this is for Getting Married example. It's another city. It's in Monheim am Rhein. And then you have all the different offers to this specific topic. And yes, we are the service provider or the software provider behind the local marketplaces in Germany. We're active in more than 20 cities and regions. as well in the state of Luxembourg. They have about 500 different retailers online, for example, with hundreds of thousands of products. And they're all using our technology. And that's it from my side. If you have more questions, I'm happy to answer them later.
Thank you for the presentation of the online city, very interesting. And right now we are moving to the last speaker, again, Jan. So Jan from Czechia, the floor is yours. You can share your screen and we will see the last presentation and then we will have time to the questions and answers.
Yes. I will share a presentation shortly.
Yes, please try to share your screen. It is the green
Share.
button. Yes, we can slowly see it. It is loading.
Okay, do you see a presentation now?
We are waiting for it. It is okay. Right now we can see. Perfect.
Okay, so hello, I am Jan Charvat from Czech Republic. I'd like to tell you something about our way to circular economy. It concerned mostly about repairing of electronic stuff. Shortly, I will tell you something about our projects because we have got multiple projects, and I will concern on Repairs EU, which is the biggest one. All of these projects have got the same goal, to keep electronics products and stuff in economy as long as possible through their repair or resale. These are goals for the circular economy. And why we choose electronicals? Because in electronical stuff, electronical contains the most valuable raw materials of products, of all products, including, for example, precious metals such as gold, silver, cobalt or lithium. So very shortly, project Opravárna is concerning on after warranty service for end customers. Service ecological from Slovakia, Czech people, you understand. We have got also the service of electronic scooters in Holešovická tržnice in Prague. Opravme Česko is the NGO which is trying to increase the situation of repairing of things in Czech Republic. So we are cooperating with other NGOs, with government, with municipalities, and trying to achieve some goals, for example, in legislation of repairings of things. We have got also the physical shop and e-shop or shop CZ, which is concerning on selling products which are, for example, repaired, which are unpacked or have got some small scratch, for example. And the last one is Repairs EU, which is concerning of repairing of electronic stuff in warranty. So it's the biggest one. Why we choose it? Because during previous regime, communistic regime, almost everyone knew how to repair the things. But after the revolution, repair of things was replaced by buying new products. Now we are trying to make repair work common again, as with the stupid American president tried to repair, made great again, but with using modern technologies. So our goal is to provide a modern service for our customers. In this case, the customers are B2B customers as companies, for example, as Alza and, for example, Bosch, Siemens, etc. So we have got our own software solution and dispatching, and we manage an operation of service orders very simply. The main goal is still the circular economy. So we are trying to make the products in economy for longer and longer period. And we are making a service of many stuff, for example, fitness machines, e-bike, garden machines, tools, gastronomy, etc. The reason why our customers are satisfied is the complexities that we are making many products for repair. We save their money because we can make they need only one service, not, for example, 4 or 5 service. And we are concerning on evaluation, not only evaluation of economical numbers, but also we can make some reports in, for example, in environment. So we can make a CO2 saving for the companies, so they can make some reports for their owners, for example, etc. Now we have got the big repair center in Kostelec nad Černými lesy. It's not far from Prague. We have got some small repair centers in Prague Hostivař or Prague Holešovice. And here are some our customers. It's, for example, Bauhaus or Decathlon. For example, Decathlon likes the CO2 savings very much because it's in their way how to go. For example, other customers are Alza or Mall. And very shortly, that's all. And you can have some question on me.
Thank you, Jan, for your presentation. Very practical again. So perfect to see, like a good example. Really have to change the things. So very, very good presentation. Thank you. Okay, so I feel like right now we should move to the questions. So is there anyone from the audience who would like to ask the question live, or we can move to the chat? I will give you a few more seconds to think. So definitely think if you have any questions to our amazing speakers. No questions, very complex presentations. Everything was said. Okay, so I'm going through the chat. I cannot see any questions in the chat. So just one more second, please. I will open the Slido as well. So we'll see if we have something in the Slido. Okay, I
A
can.
question. Sorry.
Yes, you can go.
Yeah, I have a question on Roman. I was wondering if you can evaluate the project after the 10 years. Perhaps what is the local impact on businesses, if they see a rise of customers or money flowing into them?
There are different levels of success or failure. One success is a lot of retailers, some didn't even have like a Facebook account or an email account or something like this, and they are on a totally new level. So that's a total success. The retailers, the project was like 5 years. The project officially was for 5 years. And then afterwards, they started like own cooperation or outside of the official project, and it's still there. So they're still working together. They're still putting their data on the platform, etc. So this is a success as well. Interestingly enough, we had also a same-day delivery service in Wuppertal, and this was almost not used. So people were actually, and we didn't know the Ropo effect at the beginning of the project. I didn't know what it was. And so people were coming with their mobile phones, with the printout and whatever into the stores and were asking about the products they discovered online. And this was one of the major insights we gained there, is that local marketplaces, it's not about e-commerce, it's about informing customers before they coming into the store. So this was a failure in the sense of, okay, only a few local deliveries, quite a lot nationwide deliveries, but this was not like the main focus. And a lot of people coming into the store. So it's like one failure and two success. So it's still there. People are using it. The traffic is still going up. So from my point of view, and a lot of cities adapted this, it's quite a success.
Okay, thank you for the answer and thank you for the question. Few more questions from the audience or from the speakers to the speakers. No, okay, so we are slowly just moving to the Slido, so we are still up to the time. So we have 4 questions from Slido. So the first one is to the Jan. I'm not sure to the which one, but probably to the first one. Should policymakers regulate e-commerce return practices to encourage sustainable consumption? Very, very complex question.
Yeah, it's a tricky question because of course every customer should have the right to return the purchased goods within a certain time frame. This is also an EU-wide regulation. But where policies can be effective, or like, or let's start without policies. So of course, um, e-commerce platforms should incentivize or provide the necessary information that the number of returned goods is reduced. I think this is also something like where where we can kind of demand clear communication to its customers. But where I think a regulation makes sense is and where it's also has been applied in some ways is what happens with the products that are returned. So that there is an obligation to bring those products back um, into the use circle or into the another customer of somebody else's customer journey, so that products are refurbished if that's needed or necessary, or that they use different sales channels to promote them. And I think there is a way where we should oblige it actually from the e-commerce platforms that this is happening.
Yes, yes. Thank you for the answer. Definitely the awareness is very, very needed. I will continue with the questions from the Slido and I will move back then to the chat. So just second question from the Slido is the app planned to be scalable and applicable in other cities or countries? If so, what are the conditions or requirements for its adaptation? So I'm not sure which app, but maybe the second one from the Rio Center.
Yes. So I guess as I mentioned, it's just a pilot. It's a proof of concept. There is no app as for now. It still requires manual coding and uploading the photos and stuff like that. So we would definitely like to create the software maybe in a real time. So when that happens, we definitely want to increase the usage around the Czech Republic, but we are also connected through the Reuse Federation to the international EU level network RAUs, and there have been also some discussions about using it for their members. So stay up to date. If we have more information, we can contact you or you can contact us.
Yes, perfect. So hopefully the close future. Okay, another question. Have you also researched the age groups of people who first check the store online and then visit in the person? Did this group include also older people? So this is probably to you, Roman.
Yeah. There was we have checked it and it was quite interesting because my assumption was, most of them were like 50 years and older, but it was actually younger, like the main group, right? They were like, I think it was about 30 to 50, and this was the main age group.
Okay, thank you. And we have one more question to the last speaker, so clear. What is the share of corporate clients and what of individual ones?
Yes, if we speak about numbers, of course, we have got more clients from B2C, so individuals and clients, but we have got about 20,000 orders per year, and we have got about 10 big B2B clients about Alza, as I thought. And about revenue, we have got 95% of revenue from B2B customers. So from corporate clients.
Yes, thank you. We have one more question for you, Jan. So it is the question from the chat. How many repair centers exist in the Czechia from your side?
In the Czechia, as I thought, I can speak about our repair centers. We have got 3 repair centers, but in Czech Republic, I think it does exist about 5 big players, which makes, for example, the same as us. We are concerning about the categories as I showed you, for example, home electronics or fitness machines, but we are not making notebooks and IT. So I think it does exist more companies in this area of IT, but I'm not sure. But about 5 or 6 big partners.
Yes, still very
Big
good.
players, sorry, big players.
Yes, still very good. And we have one more question in the chat, but it was already answered in the chat, so I feel like that's all right. So if you wish, feel free to look into the chat. So for now, thank you all for your inspirational presentations and for all the information which you shared with us. I feel like all of us, we can be inspired and really use those good examples in our own municipalities and really include them to our own lifestyles as well. Just practical information record will be shared on the YouTube channel of the NiCE project and also later on the NiCE website. Also the contact information. So if you have any further questions, feel free come to the speakers or to me or to the partners, and we will be more than happy to answer all of the questions. So one more time, thank you all for the participation and to you speakers as well. Thank you for the presentations. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Great
Thank
moderation.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Have a nice day.